Have you ever wondered what actually happens in your dog's mind the moment you walk out the door? Picture a familiar scene. You leave for work, and your dog stands at the doorway watching you go. Hours later, when you return, it greets you with incredible excitement, wagging its tail and jumping around as if you've been gone for days. But what is your dog really thinking while you're away? Is it sad? Does it miss you? Or is it simply sleeping and waiting? Scientists have been exploring these questions too. Research at Emory University, led by neuroscientist Gregory Berns, found that when dogs smell their owner's scent, the brain areas linked to emotion and reward become highly active. This suggests that the bond between dogs and humans is more than just habit, it's a real emotional connection in the brain. So the question becomes, do dogs really remember their owners? Or do they simply forget after a few minutes? At first, it might seem like dogs are just reacting out of habit. But scientists have explored this question as well. Researchers at Emory University, led by neuroscientist Gregory Berns, used MRI brain scans to study how dogs react to different scents. The results were striking. When dogs smelled their owner's scent, the areas of the brain linked to emotion and reward became much more active, even more than when they smelled strangers, other dogs, or food. This suggests that dogs don't just recognize their owners, they form a real emotional bond with them. So, when your dog greets you with excitement, it may be more than habit. It could be a genuine emotional response. What happens in the first 30 minutes after you leave? What does your dog actually do right after you walk out the door? Many people assume dogs simply lie down and sleep. But for many dogs, the first 30 minutes after their owner leaves can be the most emotionally active time. Some dogs walk around the house, move from room to room, or sit near the door watching where their owner disappeared. Others listen closely to outside sounds, almost as if they're waiting for familiar footsteps. Researchers at University of Bristol have observed similar behavior. Their study found that about 40% of dogs show mild stress shortly after their owners leave, often through subtle signs like pacing, soft whining, or repeatedly looking toward the door. It's usually not panic, just a short period of adjustment. So think about your own dog. Have you ever noticed it waiting near the door for a few minutes after you leave? If so, that small behavior might be completely natural. And it leads to another interesting question. Can dogs actually sense how long you've been gone? Do dogs actually understand time? Or does every moment you're gone feel the same to them? Many people assume dogs can't tell the difference between a few minutes and a few hours. But research suggests it may not be that simple. Scientists at Eötvös Loránd University in Hungary studied how dogs react when their owners return after different lengths of absence. They found that dogs often react much more excitedly when their owners have been gone longer than when they step out briefly. This suggests dogs may be able to distinguish between shorter and longer periods of time, even if they don't understand time the way humans do. Think about your own dog. Is it more excited when you return after a full day away than when you just step outside for a few minutes? If so, your dog might be sensing the difference in time spent apart. Have you ever checked a home camera while you were away and noticed that your dog was sleeping almost the entire time? At first, this might make you wonder, does my dog just forget about me once I leave the house? Or is something else happening? Interestingly, animal behavior researchers suggest that this sleep isn't simply boredom. Studies from University of Lincoln indicate that dogs often sleep when their owners are away, as a way to reduce stress and conserve energy. In other words, sleep can act as a kind of psychological coping strategy. Instead of constantly pacing or worrying, many dogs settle down, rest, and wait. By sleeping, they keep themselves calm, while also saving their energy for a much more exciting moment, the moment you walk back through the door. Have you ever noticed that when you're not home, your dog often chooses to sleep on your clothes, your bed, or even your shoes? At first, it might seem a little strange. Why your socks? Why your shirt? Why not their own bed? The answer may lie in your scent. Your smell can actually make your dog feel safe and comforted, Research on canine smell conducted at Barnard College shows that dogs have around 300 million scent receptors in their noses, compared to only about 6 million in humans. This incredible sense of smell means your scent carries powerful information and emotional meaning for your dog. In many ways, your smell acts like a psychological signal of safety, helping them stay calm while they wait for you to return. But what if your dog doesn't just feel a little uneasy when you leave? What if it becomes extremely anxious? For some dogs, being alone can trigger a condition known as separation anxiety. Instead of calmly waiting for their owner to return, these dogs may show intense stress behaviors, barking continuously, scratching at doors, destroying objects in the house, or even losing control of their bladder. According to data from American Kennel Club, about 14% of pet dogs experience some form of separation anxiety. Experts believe this often happens when a dog becomes overly attached to its owner, or when it lacks enough mental stimulation while left alone. In other words, these behaviors are not acts of disobedience. They may actually be signs that the dog is struggling emotionally with being separated from the person it trusts most. Have you ever wondered why your dog becomes so incredibly excited the moment you walk back through the door? The wagging tail, the jumping, the spinning in circles. It almost looks like pure happiness exploding all at once. But what's truly fascinating is that this reaction isn't just emotional. It's biological. A study from Claremont Graduate University found that when dogs interact with their owners, the level of oxytocin in their bodies rises significantly. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone, the same hormone that strengthens emotional connections between a mother and her baby. This discovery suggests that the relationship between dogs and their owners isn't just based on routine or training. There is a real biological bond forming in the brain, which may explain why your dog greets you with so much joy every time you come home. So after everything scientists have discovered, one question remains. What does your absence truly mean to your dog? Research from places like Emory University and Claremont Graduate University suggests that dogs form real emotional bonds with their owners, supported by brain activity and hormones linked to attachment. This helps explain many of the behaviors dogs show when their owners are away. While you're gone, your dog may miss you, feel a bit uneasy at first, look for your scent on familiar objects, or simply sleep as a way to stay calm and wait. And when you finally return, that burst of excitement may be the result of both emotional and biological bonding. So here's something to think about. For you, leaving home might just be part of a normal workday. But for your dog, it could be hours spent waiting for the most important person in its world to come back.